What is good, guys? It's your boy Ray J here with another video, and in this video I'm going to be doing a quick technical analysis of Tesla and NEO. I'm going to give you my price prediction for Tesla and NEO for the future, but first off I'm going to focus more on Tesla. I'm going to talk about what happened during AI Day and what are some interesting catalysts to come in the future. However, before I get started, I have to mention two quick things. First off, I'm not a financial, legal, or taxation expert, so do not take this as financial, legal, or taxation advice. Also, if you can, please smash that like button if you want to see more videos like this. It not only benefits me, but benefits the entire community as a whole. It helps bring confidence in our convictions and helps more people learn about Tesla, updates, and the stock market. With that said and done, guys, let's get on with the technical analysis. Overall, Tesla did have a pretty stagnant day, up over 1.01% for the day relative to where it was yesterday. It did run up to $692 before consolidating, and it did run up just a little bit in closing at $680, testing that level of resistance. That's still a really good sign because Tesla has been stepping its way up. It's stair stepping its way up compared to where it was before, and it crashed and tested the a low $650 level of support in the past before having a run up, consolidating, and it's been in this phase of consolidation for quite some time, but it's looking really good. And if anything, guys, we are bullish for Tesla in the long term as there have been many innovations that have been dropped. And before I talk about the highlights, I just wanted to mention one important thing, and that is Tesla unveiled a chip to train AI models inside its data centers. So new chips are being produced at Tesla. It's a custom chip that's training AIs, and these AIs are not just going to be used for Tesla models, but supercomputer systems with 7 nanometer manufacturing processes with 362 teraflops of processing power. Now that's really good because it gives Tesla their computers a lot more capability. Now, if anything, I was listening to what this man was stating. His name is Ganesh, and he has been working at Tesla for many years. He's the senior director of autopilot hardware, and he was showing a D1 training chip from Tesla. Now, the way this chip works is he was mentioning many things. I was listening, and for those of you who don't know, I'm just going to quickly go over it. He mentioned that at Tesla, the new chip allows them to test in different conditions. This is very similar to how Neo was actually testing in New Zealand. But basically, if there is snow out there, if there's heavy wind, if there's lots of glare, a long time ago Tesla's AIs would struggle to actually see vehicles. But now they improved the model by using a linear path and predictions. The technology is now able to predict where an object is, and giving its velocity, it's prepared for and more enhanced braking system. Additionally, they're also able to use thermal technology in the future. They were using that to test with the technology Tesla's using, which is essentially going to improve not only their company, but it's going to improve their technology, their AI, and how it performs on every given day. Now, Tesla's AI and self-driving technology are relatively safe at the moment. There have been some just one casualty in the past. I believe it was past 2 years from one specific model. There have been multiple injuries, but overall, I still believe it's relatively safe. Now, the four main highlights of Elon Musk's AI day, they obviously came yesterday, and here are they. So basically, there was a new humanoid robot that was announced, and it's going to be using the Dojo supercomputer Tesla chip. And this shiny bot, obviously, they didn't actually have a bot. So there was a person doing a funny dance, but the reason that he did that, it was just a joke. But this is not a joke. They were giving out some of the specs of the bot. It's going to stand at 5'8", weigh 125 pounds. It's going to be able to deadlift 150 pounds and walk 5 miles per hour, which is really cool. The face is going to have like a screen, which is going to allow it to, you know, be able to look into its outside views. Now, Elon Musk mentioned something that's very interesting, and that is it's very difficult for Tesla right now with their given technology to program the bots to function in its daily life without having to need human assistance. So it's kind of like, how is the robot going to know where to walk, what to do in specific situations without a human interfering? So with that said and done, guys, it's very important to know that Tesla is also one of the world's largest robotics companies. And I know people don't obviously don't look at that, but they have semi automated systems out there, and their Teslas are technically robots. They use autonomous technology. They use all those sorts of things. They also like I said before, they're unveiling the chip to train Dojo. Dojo would be their new computer, the new supercomputer that's going to power not only their robots, but it's also going to improve their AI software for their specific cars. They call it the D1. It's a new, very, very powerful 7 nanometer technology that uses a new GPU level. And I'm not going to go into too much detail, but obviously they're planning on going to full self-driving and beyond. This is a massive, massive innovation for Tesla, and they have been improving their technology, as I stated before. So that's another big sign. They also talked about solving computer visual problems. I did mention this in the past. I talked about how in different environments it could be difficult for Teslas to scan areas and actually identify cars, and that could be potentially dangerous in some situations, but the large majority of the time Teslas are safe, and if anything they are improving their technology and their networking. So also the main goal was also to get more people into robotics who are very knowledgeable to get involved and work for Tesla, and I think they did a fantastic job at doing that. So as far as the stock price goes, guys, it's very important to know that these new innovations are going to make me even more bullish in the future. Here are the specs of the Tesla bot right over here. I think it's really, really cool. It looks the when it first came out, I at the very moment I saw it, I thought, wait, is that a human? And it turns out there was a human dressed as this dancing in the very, very beginning. It was just a joke, but that doesn't mean that Tesla's not going to build this, because eventually they are. And you can see even more things. It has autopilot cameras, an FSD computer, and I just think it's really, really cool. It's a very, very amazing innovation for humanity and in the future. So, anyways, when it comes to the stock price, I am more bullish on Tesla after this news, but I think it did take a beating after the accidents that happened. So, for my price prediction, guys, I easily see Tesla testing the $700 range in the next week. But I do see moments of consolidation where it'll drop to the previous level of resistance, which was the 690 range. Now, if anything, I am still bullish because I do think AI Day was good, but it didn't have a massive effect on the share price as it only went up 1.01%. But at the end of the day, guys, we're not just going to look at Tesla for one day or 2 days or 1 week. We are looking at the long term future. Where do you think this robot's going to take Tesla in the long term? Where do you think their self driving technology is going to take them in the long term? Their electric cars, their manufacturing plants, especially in other countries like Germany and China, they're increasing their capabilities, they're increasing their production rates, and they are improving all over the place. They have good fundamentals, and I'm still very bullish for the future. I do think that by next year, we're going to see Tesla in the $1,000 range. I do believe it's going to happen next year in the year 2022, but you're going to have to be a little bit more patient because this was a tough year. Now, obviously, guys, the next thing I'm going to talk about is NEO. So, overall, as Tesla went up, so did NEO. NEO's up over 1.74% for the day. It's looking quite good for today because it did test the $36 level of support at $36.25 at its lowest. And since then, it did jump as high as $37.90 before consolidating, and it closed at $36.92, once again up almost 2%. So it is looking good, but I think that after the car accident that happened because of issues that were potentially happening because of its AI, I do see that this big hit it took is going to take a while for it to recover. Just like this article out there, and there are many, many articles out there that are actually positive as well. So, for instance, this says Neo stocks 12% drop last week is a buying opportunity. I definitely agree that is a massive, massive buying opportunity for Neo because in the long term, these prices are going to look like absolute discounts. Now, I know it is a Chinese stock, and that may cause people to not be as, how would I say, secure or not as confident in the company. But if anything, I still believe in its fundamentals and I still see massive potential. I do think that Neo is going to come to the US in many, many years to come, but as of right now, they have expanded to Europe. They've just barely started that. There's a possibility they're going to be expanding to Australia soon. But the new model, the new ET7, is going to be coming out next year and early next year, and that has amazing specs and it's making Neo look even better for the future. So, for my price prediction for next week on Monday, I think Neo is going to stay pretty stagnant around the 36. It might have a run up to the $37, almost the $38 level of resistance. It's very close to that. It might test that again before consolidating, and it is heavily dependent on Tesla as well, how Tesla does. If Tesla drops, Neo typically will have red days as well. But overall, I am bullish, and I do think Neo is going to have a recovery back to the 40s in just a couple of weeks. But if anything, guys, it's going to take time. So, as you know, patience is a virtue, and you just have to be patient because we are in it for the long term future. With that said, and done, guys, I want to thank you so much for listening. I know it has been a little bit tough seeing Tesla and Neo down, but I am still very confident in where these companies are going to go in the future. With that said and done, thank you for listening, and I will most definitely see you on the next one.